Hey there guys, how are you? So welcome to an all-new Q&A. This is Q&A number 9. That's 9. And that's my water bottle collection right there. And this is the first YouTube video I've made in over a week. I think actually technically it's a week right now. You know what happened? I bought a bicycle. I went through a midlife crisis. I thought I was Lance Armstrong. I've been riding my bike every day. That's what I've been doing. So anyway, let's get into these questions. There's some good ones here. Are you guys ready? Are you ready? Mind freak. You guys know Chris Angel. Okay. First question: Why don't you trust Chuck Norris? Chuck Norris is not a person. No. Chuck Norris is a fucking alien creature from another fucking planet universe out there. He's you know what I think he is? He's the Antichrist with a beard. That's what Chuck Norris is. And I don't trust that. Plus, if you look into Chuck Norris's eyes, you know that guy's... He sold his soul to the devil a long time ago to get where he is. You don't look like Chuck Norris and make it in life. You're not supposed to. You know, a guy that looks like that shouldn't have martial arts skills and be Walker, Texas Ranger. That guy should be living in a cabin in up in... Nebraska. He should be living in a cabin in Nebraska and raising livestock. That's what his life should have been. And next question. If Christopher Nolan directed a live-action Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, what would your first reaction to it be? And would you see it? My first reaction would be like, fuck yeah, you know, a realistic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, if there could ever be such a thing, because that's what he would try to do. It would make you, he'd probably have, like, all the Ninja Turtles were, like, some kind of mutant, like, their mothers didn't love them, so they, had some, yeah, how could you make a realistic Ninja Turtles movie? Maybe their mothers were all meth heads, right? And they were all, you know, hopped up on drugs and, you know, all kinds of shit. And they had these little babies and they were mutants. And the mothers were in some kind of weird cult that had a mate with turtles. I don't know. Anyway, yes, I would see it. And I think it'd be good. John, I don't even know why I had to sit there and describe how I'd make a realistic Ninja Turtles movie. That wasn't even the question. John, what do you think of The Walking Dead Season 2? I actually watched that. I got done with that a week or so ago. I thought it was pretty damn good. I think it was a little bit better than the first one. Even though the thing that I like about the first season of Walking Dead is they went into the city. I like that. I don't like when they're just out on the country the entire time. It kind of gets a little bit redundant. I think season 2 is really good though. I'm definitely excited for season 3. Season 3 looks like it could be the best one by far. They're gonna end up at a prison. All kinds of creepy, weird shit can happen there. I mean, just ask Andy Dufresne. Andy Dufresne never touched another mop that day. And that's why do I have to cover my mouth like Bane to sound like Morgan Freeman? Andy Dufresne, the sisters want to introduce you to the instrument of your liberation. That was terrible, and I'm sorry. What is, sorry, worst drug you've ever done, seriously? Or he says, honestly. To be honest, the worst drug, and this is, it's technically illegal, so it'd make it a drug. The worst drug I've ever done was I drank moonshine, and that fucked me up. I was puking all night. I remember I was hanging out with some girl, and I drank the moonshine, and like I was supposed to like go cuddle with her or something later that night. I ended up puking all night. I ended up waking up every like 20 minutes to go puke on the back porch. I remember seeing her on the couch, and I remember going to like try to cuddle with her, but I just like collapsed in the living room, and I woke up like 6 hours later. I was really cold. What was the one thing that always scared you as a kid? For me, it was the monster from Rudolph. The snowy, abominable snowman? You know, to me, okay, I used to live in Georgia, and the state has nothing to do with what I'm going to say next. Anyway, there was this really huge hill that we lived on. There was a huge hill. My house was here, and at the very top, there was a guy who lived at the top of the hill. And he was actually a convicted child molester. This is no shit. We actually got flyers saying there's a convicted child molester living here. And to go anywhere in my neighborhood, you had to ride over the hill past his house, and you went back down the hill. I remember being at like 9 o'clock at night, you know, in the summertime, riding my bike, going to my friend's house who lived on the other side of the hill, basically. I had to ride over this guy's hill, man, and he had all these chickens and weird shit in his yard. It scared the hell out of me. And I was riding, and I always got scared. Every time I heard something, I always took off riding as fast as I could down that hill and just thinking, oh my God, I'm not going to get molested tonight. And that's what scared me as a kid. Yeah, that probably explains why I am like I am. Share a quick story, something funny, embarrassing, serious, just anything. I just shared one with you about trying to not get raped as a child. I think that one would cover it for today. Just watched Point Break for the very first time about 15 minutes ago. Holy shit, what have I been missing? I bought it on your recommendation, by and by, and I'm so happy I did. Thank you, man. That means a lot. You know, Point Break is a fucking awesome, badass movie. If you have testosterone in your body, and you should see that movie. I mean, Johnny fucking Utah, man. Have you ever been arrested for anything, or is the worst you have done is speeding fine? P.S. I have at one time a $1,000 speeding fines. I have a shitload of speeding tickets. I remember from about 16 to about 20, I was a fucking reckless driver. I was an asshole, and honestly, I should have been killed, or I should have had someone else killed on the road. And I'm surprised no one ever got hurt. I remember like the first week I had my driver's license, I had a whole group of people in my car, and I'm just stupid, you know. And my one friend was behind me, and I had a SUV at the time, and I flew up over these really steep train tracks going about 90 miles per hour. My car literally flew about 6 feet in the air, landed, bounced, skipped, and kept going. And the friend that was behind me said my car was up in the air, flying, and the girl in the back seat hit her head on the ceiling. It was fucking nuts. But I didn't stop. Like I remember one time I got in one accident from being a dumbass. And I was there was two semis, here and here, and I was trying to go in between the one, cut through it, and go like this. I was going about 110 miles per hour. And I cut through the other guy, and my tire like gave out or blew just because there was so much force on it. I hit the side of the wall, came back, hit the side of the semi, hit the side of the wall. My airbags popped out, and I didn't really need the airbags because there was no like force going forward. It was just side to side. I remember the airbag came out, and I just like I fucked up, and I laid down on it. All right, let's go. Hey John. What's a movie of your dreams that you would really like to see that's never been done before? I would just like to see, like, the movie that my dream was when we got The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises. That was what I had been waiting for in my life, and that was the Batman I always wanted to see. But off the top of my head, I would like to see a version, I want to see another version of Point Break. But I want to see it done for today, and I want to see it done on a huge budget, and I want to see a good director do it, and I want it to be set like 15 years in the future. Like where bank robberies are almost an impossibility, but there's this crew of people who can do it. They know how to do it, but there's an adrenaline rush. There's just all kinds of crazy shit going on. That's what I want. If you could make a movie about your life, who would you cast? Who would you, including yourself? I think James Marsden would play a good you. Also, I'm your biggest fan, no joke. James Marsden. I don't know who that is off the top of my head. I'm gonna look it up though, and but as I look that up, if you guys haven't liked my Facebook page, I'll put there's a link down below into this video if you want to do that, and that's where I share pictures of my inner thoughts. Okay, this guy from I can see it. Yeah, I can see it. I think this guy's a little too old, though. He's talking about the guy who played, I think, Cyclops in the X-Men movies. I would say Shia LaBeouf. Not because we look alike a lot, but I think he would sell tickets, and I just want people to see my fucking movie, so I don't care. Hey, John, what was your nickname? Flick growing up? Yeah, actually, in high school, my nickname, I guess if you could say I had one, was either Flick or that douchebag over there. Yeah, that's the one who held me down. And, yeah, Flick was the nickname. Plasma or LED or LCD? Plasma. I own a plasma. It's right here. and I can't recommend it enough. It's the oldest technology out of all three of them, but it's the best technology. LCD and LED are so temperamental. Their screens can have so many issues. Basically, here's what you're putting your $1,000 investment into. A little piece of fucking plastic. A little thin piece of plastic is what you're putting your investment into. Because LCD screens are so temperamental. You poke them, you touch them, they can have a dot there that lasts forever. Now, plasma, I know the negatives. The only real negative is it has burn-in issues, which they fix that. I don't have that. I've kept images on my TV for hours and hours. No problems. Go with a plasma. If you're a movie lover, plasma is a must own. If you're just one of those people who like to watch TV and the news, get an LCD. LED TVs are basically LCD TVs, but they cost a little bit more. And I know what you're saying. Oh no, there's so many more differences. I've owned both of them, and both of them had the same problems. So I couldn't recommend either of them. Okay, here's another question. What are your thoughts on Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man? I was never a fan of Tobey as Spider-Man. I didn't like him. And to me, Brock Lesnar could be a good pick to play Venom. Brock Lesnar has the right look. But you know what? I don't think you necessarily need the big buff guy to be in the Venom suit. You know, as long as you have a guy who looks like he's capable of kicking some ass playing the character, you guys can do whatever you want once he is actually Venom. You know, you can always make him bigger and buffer and figure it out from there. My pick was I actually forgot his name. Good job, John. I'm a dumbass. The guy from Drive, Ryan Gosling. That's who my pick was to kind of play Venom, because he kind of looks like the blonde-haired character, and I think with a little bit of enhancement and CGI and the right Venom suit, I think he could pull off the look. Plus, he could play like a psycho weirdo. I mean, he did it in Drive, right? And since we all know that Christian Bale as Batman is over, I think it would be a good idea that Nolan put Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the new Batman, well, Nolan's done with the Batman movies, so it wouldn't be up to him. And I personally don't think he gives a shit. I just think he wants to go do something else, and I'm fine with that. What would you like to see in the next Spider-Man films? You know, I thought they were going to get it right this time, and they kind of did, but they missed out on a lot in the Mark Webb Spider-Man movie. You know what? To be honest with you, my interest in Spider-Man just keeps dwindling and dwindling every year, and at this point, I don't really give a shit. Who should they put in the villains for the Amazing Spider-Man? I'd like to see a Venom done right. I'd like to see Carnage. I don't know why they don't just give us a Venom and a Carnage that we want to see. Just give the fucking fans what they want, okay? I don't care about the fucking lizard. I'm sorry. John, what do you think of Margin Call with Kevin Spacey? I actually found myself entertaining considering it's a movie about a financial crisis. Margin Call. I don't recall seeing Margin Call, actually. I'm gonna look into that, though. I've always liked movies about, economics and shit. So, do you own The Departed? Yeah, I own The Departed. It's back there on Blu-ray. By the way, after this video, I'm gonna film a very long video, longer than this, where I sat down, I'm gonna rip out all my movies, and I'm gonna sit down and do an entire collection overview where I talk about each movie real quick and go to the next thing. But the first time I did that, I just did the Blu-rays. This time we're doing the DVDs also. So that'll be up on my Flickpick channel probably tomorrow. If aliens invaded Earth, who would you save, your family or your girlfriend? That's tough, I don't really like either of them. But that's tough. That's very tough. I'd have to pick one. I don't know. I'd probably just save myself first, though, because I'm a cowardly asshole. Actually, no, I'm not. I think I'd sacrifice myself, but as long as everyone could see it. Like, as long as I could be running at the alien with, like, an American flag with a spear on it, and everyone's looking at me like I'm the symbol of hope, and I stab the fucking alien in the head, and then the ship just blows up for no reason, but then I have to die because it blew up and I'm there. I don't know. That's how I would want to die. That wasn't even the question. Probably my family. Were you ever a fan of the Japanese monster movies? Not really. I like Godzilla. Does that count for anything? Are you excited to see the Red Dawn remake? I will see it, but I'm not excited. I think it's going to be... it's going to feel like a direct-to-DVD kind of movie. That's the vibe I get from it. Where were the other drugs going? Oh, yes. Okay. That was a Batman quote, maybe? Hello, John. Have you ever watched the TV show Supernatural? If not, I have actually never watched Supernatural. Do you think James Cameron is stupid saying he's going to make Avatar sequels from now on? Yeah, I do. And, you know, I liked Avatar, but I'm not extremely interested in going back to it. You know, it's like... Yeah, James Cameron, please, just go make something else. Just go make another movie. And you know what? If you want to make one more Avatar, hurry up and fucking make it, okay? Just pump it out, shoot it out, and fucking just put that blue shit in our mouth. We get it, okay? You like fucking trees and stuff, man. I want to see Terminator. Can you just go back and direct another Terminator movie or make another original concept? How did you get your videos so popular, and where could I see your first ever episode? Well, what happened was that my first videos were on my Flickpick channel. I sat and talked about Blu-rays, and I kind of still do the same thing now. But I don't know. I think I did something a lot of other people were doing. They were sitting there talking about movies, but I brought my own thing to it, you know? I just try to be down to earth. I say what's on my mind. And I don't always try to make the video about the movie. You know, it's not about the Blu-ray I'm holding. It's about, you know, having a personality behind it, and I don't know, just make it interesting, you know? I think if someone's interesting, you'll sit and listen to anything they have to say. That's just my opinion. Like Kevin Smith. That guy is interesting to me. When he talks, I can sit there and listen to him all day long. John, do you have the Blu-ray.com app where you can scan all your Blu-rays and have it cataloged in your library? I don't have that, and here's why. I'm lazy, I'm unmotivated, and I have all my movies back here on a shelf. And to scan each one and have them in an app, I don't know why, I don't like that. I just want to not know where everything is. Like, I kind of like looking for a movie when I want to watch it, when I'm in the mood. Because I half the shit I don't even remember that I have, and I like that, because it's like finding it for the first time when you look through the collection, you know? Are you ever going to start watching Game of Thrones? If I come across the Blu-rays, I will watch them. And if I can get them extremely cheap. But I've heard it's good. I can't wait. I do want to see it. I'm Scottish, but I sort of have a hint of an American accent. Don't know how. Well, maybe there's something your mother never told you. I don't know. I kind of have a Minnesota accent, oh, don't you know, kind of thing, and it always slips out. And I'm from Indiana, so I don't know where that came from. Why wasn't The Godfather in your top 20 movies of all time? It's not one of my top 20 movies, to be honest with you. You gotta ask yourself. Any guy can say, yeah, The Godfather's in my top 20, so is Citizen Kane, but you gotta ask yourself. You gotta be honest with yourself. Do you want to sit down on a Tuesday night once a week and watch The Godfather every week? Every week. That's why I can't put that movie in my top 20. It was good to watch, and I've seen it once, and I don't, you know, I'm not dying to see it again. It's a good movie, but I need to watch something that puts me in that mood of happiness and badassery that excites me. Does that make any sense? Okay. Are you wearing the Big League Chew shirt right now? I think in my other video, right now I'm wearing my Yoo-Hoo shirt. Where did your love of Nicolas Cage come from? I love shitty acting, and that's where I think it stems from. Would you rather be a director or act in movies? You know, I've been watching a lot of documentaries lately, and I see these directors making films, and it looks very tiring. It looks like you'd want to... It just looks like... You look at movies like The Dark Knight Rises. Look at all those shots. Look at all those little subtleties that he has to think of. You know, when you direct a movie like that, you don't get to sleep. It's not like you come into work 8 hours a day and you leave. You're sitting there thinking about that movie for 2 years. No rest. You know, you keep going and going. You can't get it out of your mind. So, I don't know. I don't think I'm a very good actor, but I don't know. That's hard to say. I'd like to direct a movie one day, though. Just let me direct the remake of Point Break. Okay. What was the first Blu-ray you ever bought? I think it was Avatar. It was the generic little edition of Avatar, I think. Who do you like better, Al Pacino or Robert De Niro? I mean, back in the 70s and 90s. Well, I like Al Pacino. Al Pacino's funny as hell, though. Hoo-ha, motherfucker. I'll give you a pack of bubblegum and show you how to chew it, you know? But Al Pacino, he had some great classics, but Robert De Niro had even more classics, you know? Robert De Niro did Taxi Driver in the 70s, and it's hard. It's very hard to say. I think overall, I'm more of a fan of Pacino. Hey, great videos and awesome intros. I was just wondering, have you seen Daredevil and would you recommend it? If you're desperate and you feel like you've seen every comic book movie, check out Daredevil. Check out the director's cut, though. It's a little bit better than the theatrical. It's got some okay things. Jennifer Gardner looks good in leather. It's okay. It's an okay movie. I mean, it's better than, like, the Fantastic Four, in my opinion. If Point Break was being Jesus, there's a lot of Point Break references today. If Point Break was being remade and you were in the movie, what character would you like to play? I think I'm more of a Johnny Utah type cast, but I would prefer to play Bodhi. And in order to do that, I think I'd have to grow out my hair and like bleach it blonde or something. But then I just look like a meth dealer. How much would you say your Blu-ray/DVD collection is worth in total? Not very much. With the price of Blu-rays going down every day to the price of shit, not very much when you can buy Blu-rays right now for $5 brand new. So in the hundreds, upper hundreds, 1,000, maybe a little bit more. I don't know. It's hard to say. Let's see. I got like 300 movies. I don't know. I just don't. I don't see anyone handing over more than $1,000 for all the movies. Please don't put gameplay videos on, or at least do it on another channel. Yeah, my gameplay videos, if and when I do it, my gameplay videos won't be like the other guys that are putting up part 1, part 2, and they put up 20 parts in one day. I would do one, 15, 20-minute video playing the game, and I'd make it fun, entertaining, and then, next week I'd have another one of those. But I would probably make another channel for just gameplay videos. I do agree with you there. What are your thoughts on the upcoming movies The Last Stand with Schwarzenegger and Bullet to the Head with Stallone? I think Bullet to the Head looks like it should have been direct to DVD from the trailer I seen. I'm going to check it out, but it really does look very not... It looks like it should have been put on DVD, not even Blu-ray, just DVD. Last Stand looks interesting. It does remind me of Walking Tall with The Rock and Johnny Knoxville. So I'd rather see the Last Stand than Bullet to the Head. Will you make a training channel? It's in the works. I assure you, it's in the works. I got a lot of things going on right now. Once I get from this step to the next step, I will make the Flick workout channel. Yeah, I really want to do it. I truly do. I have plans for it. Can you please give me some tips to people who want to start a Blu-ray collection? If you want to start a Blu-ray collection, you just go to pawn shops, go to places where you can buy movies cheap, and buy the ones that you want, to start buying the movies that you want. Don't just buy movies to buy movies, okay? You don't want a whole bunch of junk in your fucking collection you're not going to watch. I, at one point, started to do things like that, and then I regretted it, because it was a waste of money. So just buy movies that you want to watch over and over again. I've never watched a horror movie, but plan to start this Halloween. Which one would you recommend? Watch Halloween. It's pretty damn good. I think that's where you should start. Do you know the Angry Video Game Nerd and Nostalgia Critic? If you do, what do you think of them? The Angry Video Game Nerd... I think I've seen their video. Yeah, I've seen his videos. I think if you're into video games, it's kind of an interesting channel. He sits there and shows all the retro stuff, and he has like a whole basement full of video games, right? That's the right guy. Nostalgia Critic, I've never really been a viewer. I mean, I know of him. I've seen his videos. But from what I've seen, he looks like he's pretty good at it. I'm more of a fan of like Red Letter Media. Heath Ledger was an amazing choice for the Joker, and his performance was flawless. But if you had to pick someone else to play the Joker in The Dark Knight, I think Jake Gyllenhaal would have pulled it off. What do you think? That would be interesting. Jake Gyllenhaal has that already slight built-in lisp. That would be kind of weird though to have his sister in the movie too, don't you think? Though, as Rachel Dawes. So you would have had to pick a different Rachel. So I don't know. I think I could see it. Would you rather go cage diving with sharks or crocodiles? Crocodiles aren't that scary to me. Sharks are fucking scary. They're a lot bigger. They weigh thousands of more pounds. Anything underwater with a cage in it scares the hell out of me. What do you think of the show Lost? Was never a fan, and I'm going to tell you guys something right now. I predicted the future with that show. I remember I had all these friends that watched the show, and they're like, John, you got to watch it. I'm like, no, they're making that shit up as they go, and it's not going to be worth the payoff. They're just fucking slapping shit in there that doesn't make any sense. Anybody can do that. And all my friends watched that last episode of Lost, and they all told me, they're like, you know what, man, you're right. What a show that was just a letdown. All these mysteries and secrets just slapped in there, and then it's just like, oh, yeah, does that make sense? Not really, but hell, we're going to do it because it's the only logical way we can make anything make sense. So no, wasn't a fan. Yes, we do a dumb voice slightly. Oh, okay, we're talking about accents here. Are the sound of the crickets real, or do they have to be put in? Yeah, actually, I think I had a cricket living in my ceiling or something. I don't know. In my last video, all you could hear is fucking crickets. I don't know what that was. Have you seen the movie Legendary, and what are your thoughts on the live-action He-Man movie? Are you talking about Legendary with John Cena in it? Is that what we're talking about? I think it is. If it is, that seemed like a Hallmark movie. The live-action He-Man movie, that would be not really interested in it, because it's going to be like what they already did with the other Hasbro, things. All these toy movies turning into movies, or toys turning into movies. Look at Battleship, for Christ's sakes, Looking back on that movie, it really was the most overly Hollywood-produced movie ever. It was just so Hollywood, I'm trying to read this. Okay. Would you have sex with Clint Eastwood dressed as Batman? Okay, what kind of sick question is that? Of course I would. Hey John, can you do a quick review skit of the movie Boogie Nights? I know you've talked about it. Oh, okay, Boogie Nights. What are you doing over there? I can do it again if you want. Do you want me to do it again? Dirk Diggler. He's a hero amongst men, and 9 Inches of Glory, and for $5 you can look at it, for $10 you can touch it. And that's Boogie Nights is a phenomenal movie. I love Boogie Nights. Roller Girl. Take me back to the 1970s where I could have had my way with Roller Girl, and I would have died a happy man. I probably would have died of a coke overdose in the 1980s though. You know that scene Batman returned to Gotham after describing prison in Dark Knight Rises. Do you think that... What are we saying here? What are we saying here? Okay. Hey John, do you think that Blu-rays will make DVDs almost obsolete? I'm sorry, I'm retarded right now. Hey John, do you think that Blu-rays will make DVDs almost obsolete just like the DVD did to the VHS? I don't know why we still have DVDs. I think it's just because consumers are willing to buy them still. Just stop making DVDs and force everyone to go to Blu-ray. Just do it, I think one day they will. If you notice at places like Best Buy, the DVD selection is getting smaller and smaller. So, hey John, what's your opinion on my favorite movie, Gladiator? Gladiator was in my top 20 movies. I think it was It was towards the top of the 20, but Gladiator's phenomenal. You know, Maximus Meridius Decimus, father to a dead son, husband to a dead wife, and I will have my vengeance in this life and the next. I love Gladiator. Love it. A+ movie. Badass. Probably one of Ridley Scott's best movies. Probably one of his top 3 best movies. Alright. Have you ever seen Cool Hand Luke? I have Cool Hand Luke back there. I seen it on TV years ago, but I haven't watched it in a long time. The Usual Suspects. Yeah, I've seen The Usual Suspects. I also own that back there. The Usual Suspects was pretty damn good. I was interested in it. I don't know if I could go back and watch it over and over, just because the twist of the movie. But it's a good movie. It's a good crime, movie. What's your favorite foreign film? Everybody asks me my favorite foreign film. I don't know. I don't know what my favorite foreign film was. Movies. I like Old Boy. Old Boy is a South Korean movie, and or is it? Yeah, it's South Korea. We'll just say it's a Korean film, and that movie blew me away when I seen it, and that's one of the most memorable foreign films I've watched in a long time. I just watched the Raid Redemption though the other day. But anyway, do you own any of the Spider-Man movies? I own all of them on Blu-ray. Have you seen Old School? Yeah, I love Old School. I actually, once again, own the Blu-ray. Have you ever? Let's see. What's the best deal you've gotten on a Blu-ray? I think I usually go to pawn shops, or I used to go to pawn shops to try to get movies, and I would bargain with them until I got the movie almost dirt cheap. But the best deals I ever got on Blu-rays were Blockbuster last summer had Blu-rays for $1, and that was pretty much the pinnacle of the Blu-ray craze for me. What's the least favorite Farley Brothers movie if you've seen their movies like Dumb and Dumber, Something About Mary, Stuck on You, Hall Pass, and the new Three Stooges movie? The Farley Brothers honestly were kind of like a 2-hit wonder. They made Dumb and Dumber, and then they made Something About Mary, and then it's just like, I don't give a shit about anything else they ever did. Stuck on You was pretty bad. Hall Pass was okay. The new Three Stooges movie looks awful, and I just can't get it up to watch it. Sorry. If you guys have any questions, ask them down below on this video. I will answer them within a week to a week and a half, or until the next Q&A video, Q&A number 10. And also viewer videos. I started a new thing. I'm going to do it once every couple weeks. Viewer video of the week. For everyone who already submitted a video, thank you very much. And if you guys want to make a video and submit it to the viewer video, go to the just go to my channel. It should have been posted a week or 2 ago. It's a viewer video of the week. Make your video response to that video. Watch the video, you'll understand if you don't know what I'm rambling about right now. Anyway, I will make the new viewer video of the week here shortly. Give me a few days. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.